We are getting going just about 5 minutes, a little late, and but that's a first, but it's okay. I think people got a chance to think about what we're going to talk about for another 5 minutes. So let's go ahead and start with then the approval of the minutes. Stephanie had sent those out. Have you guys seen any corrections that need to be made, omissions, additions?
None for me.
None for me.
I'll make the motion that we approve the minutes as presented.
I'll second that motion.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, none. Let's then move on to town correspondence.
We have nothing.
Okay, move on then to operation manager's report.
Okay. So, Title VI needs some signatures on it. This is stuff that DLZ is helping us get put together.
Okay.
We have to do this, we have to stay compliant with the state, we want to be eligible for grants. Casey's done a great job cleaning that for us. You know what, is there any, you just want to run through some of this, what you got, and then you can just.
Yeah, we don't
run
need
through
to
that whole
double.
list.
Yeah, the whole list of stuff you got.
I will go through this quickly.
I mean, you don't have to go through the whole,
Oh.
the whole.
Oh, you're just talking about the Title VI stuff?
Yeah, you don't need to talk about.
Oh, okay, yeah. As Mike said, basically what that is an item to stay compliant. You actually did that 3 or 4 years ago, but because in order to stay compliant with your CCMG funding, and if you want to reapply, there's 2 items you got to stay compliant on. One is that Title VI, it talks about grievances and stuff like that. We have Mike listed as the contact administrator, but then it's got to be assigned by the executive of the town council. The other item that we have to update as well in December will be the ADA compliance plan. We'll have that in December.
Okay. Any concerns about me signing this, guys?
No.
Okay.
Because we redid First Street, we added 195 feet to it. We need to add that to our inventory, which requires a roadway acceptance letter that Matt has to sign. We like to keep that inventory up to date because we get tax funds for it. So I want to get every inch of it on our inventory, so that needs done.
Okay.
You're okay with that?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Mixer installation, we did find a company to do it cheaper. It's gonna be $5,400 per tower to have it installed, as opposed to $15,000.
Yeah.
So if you guys are okay with that,
Yeah. Yes.
we'll go ahead and do it.
I think we said we were okay on 15, so yeah. Fine.
Yeah,
Okay, well,
Yeah, let's
you
go
want me
ahead.
to ask, just
We're
make sure.
double okay on 54.
Yeah.
Okay. Downtown Development Group. I know in the past, we agreed to keep a certain amount of money in there. We haven't had any applications recently. However, that account, if we don't do something with it, it goes dormant, and it's a process to get it. So if you guys just have a little bit of money to make a deposit, that'd be sweet, if that's okay. I think we might get an application in the near future. There might be some activity going on.
I feel that CDIT would be a really great place to take this from, if we do decide to do that. There's plenty there, and it is for economic development. So anything that we can do to help
Sounds like the perfect spot to take
businesses,
it
bring
from.
business, bring people
Yeah.
that can, so.
Yeah, that rhymes.
What does our current seat of fund look like?
Hold on, let me look.
The Downtown Development Group currently has $10,000 in that account. So if you get one application, it could wipe that out.
You can move on, I'll come back to it.
Okay.
I was gonna take a second.
While she's looking that up, marketing, I had reached out to a couple different places about marketing. I think it's in this day and age, it's very, very important. Utilizing social media, since we are now developers, so to speak. I feel it's probably very important that we market our community. We want people to move here, we want people to see what Markle's about. So what is your appetite on video and social media presence?
Personally, there's been a lot of a great ROI on direct marketing through social media. The amount of impact that you can make with that, because the ways I've looked, the ways that things were advertised 20 years ago just don't apply as well anymore. The ROI is not there to do TV commercials, for example, you know. But I have, for personally to me, a strong social media direct marketing would be, I would say absolutely that.
Okay. And we had utilized, there's a local gal that has started a company. She did videos for us last year for free, just to kind of get her bearings and feel for it. She is now doing that for other people and charging. I asked her for a quote, she gave me a quote. It's a little higher than what I'd like to spend, but still significantly cheaper than the other marketing company that I spoke with. I'd like to talk to the chamber and see if we can hone in on the exact amount of video content we'd like to see, to kind of get that number where I would feel comfortable at. Do you want me to do that first, or do you want to maybe give me a range that you would feel comfortable in? Her first quote was for 48 videos. I think that might be a little bit too much.
How many?
48. Last year we did 14. We talked about doing some different stuff. I think that might be a little excessive. But she was about 14 grand to do all that. I don't think we need 48 videos. I think we can dial it back quite a bit.
And what is the medium that we're using, or what outlets are we gonna?
Right
be
now,
putting these
we're
videos
just
on?
using Facebook and our own personal website.
Okay, so we're not really hitting any place externally.
And that's the other thing that we're gonna do is working with Lauren and her company is we're going to TikTok, what's the other one? Instagram. Some of those other social media pages, so we can tie them all together.
We have a YouTube, we can
We
do
have,
shorts.
we have YouTube. We found that the little 30-second videos that she did last year for us before every event
Yeah.
helped tremendously.
Oh,
So I'd like to keep doing that, but I'd like to work with the chamber and say, here are the chamber sponsored events that we're advertising. Here's kind of what the town's doing, because we used it for the Lee Street project. We had to do videos for that to kind of tell people what's going on. And then there's our organization on the side that it has its own events. You know, maybe we can figure out how we could break those out and fund them that way.
She'll have to be creative. Obviously, going to different social media platforms like X and things like that are gonna, Facebook, if you look at the demographics for Facebook, it's me, you know,
Right,
it's my
exactly.
age group, you know.
Right.
You really, if we wanna start attracting businesses and things like that outside of that, I think we really have to go beyond that. We have to be creative on the amount of time spent. I mean, a 30-second thing, that looks great, but sometimes it's gotta be just 6 seconds, you
Right.
know, so, I don't think we need 48.
No, and that's why I said I'd like to dial that back, and with the videos that she's doing, this is also her helping to manage the social media content. We retain all the ownership of it. I mean, she would just say, hey, here's the vision I have for this. I wanna go ahead and implement that. If you're okay with it, I'll go ahead and do it.
So is the ask, do we want to say yes to 14, or do we want to do a range?
I don't think it's gonna be 14. I think we can dial that back substantially. I just wanna make sure that we're on the same page. You guys are okay with doing that? I just wanna let you know kind of where we're at, ballpark. That was her price for this. I don't think we need that much. I think it's gonna be substantially less than that, maybe even half.
Yeah, 24 videos, 7 grand.
On,
Yes,
on
yeah.
the money note, that is also I think a good use of seeded funds, in my opinion, and there are $550,000 in there, so we could do it.
Yeah, I agree with Matt that the ROI on this is just,
My response to that would be also leverage the visitor bureaus of both counties.
Absolutely. And last year, I did get some help in Wells County. They actually paid for some marketing for us for the concerts, so.
I'm good with looking into that.
Okay, I just didn't want to get too far into it, and then you guys are like, what are you doing over there? So, great, that's really all I have unless you have,
Back to the,
hold on. Lee Street, that thing's been a nightmare. Anyway, we're in the home stretch for now, I think. They got all the curbing, so all the stone base is in. Curbing was wrapped up today. They're gonna come in Monday Monday, do a proof roll, as long as everything's good there, then they're gonna put the binder down, which is the base of the asphalt. Then they'll come in and do all the sidewalks, and God willing, if we have enough warm weather, we'll get the surface on. If we don't get the surface on, at least we've got some asphalt, we can overwinter with that. That's kind of where we're at, unless you have anything.
No, that's a good summary of where we're at.
Unless you have any questions.
I'd make a recommendation for the downtown development group to be $2,500 every quarter.
In addition,
I mean, just to keep that $10,000 number going, if you did $2,500 every quarter, unless you're needing additional funds to keep that. But they put,
originally when we established that, we had said that we would keep up to 35 in it. I don't think we need 35, like 35,000. I'm just saying, as long as we can just put
I'm just saying, if we just go put 2,500 in for now until the next ask, like, we just,
Yeah.
But you feel there's an ask coming here pretty soon from what's going on?
Yeah,
across-
well, I had sent them I sent a message and said, hey, just want to let you know, I see you're doing some work over there. Here's what we've got to offer you, here's what Huntington County has as well. I'd really love to share, with you what we can do. They responded, yes, let's get together maybe next week, so I think there's potentially an application that's gonna be coming.
Well, I would recommend if we do have that application come in, that we at least see it again with that much money so that we don't get ever below 10 grand. I would hate for us ever to drop below 10,000 so that if an applicant
We're
came
at 10
in.
right
We're at 10
and-
right now.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Okay, so 25 now, and then we'll,
I would just say just 2,500 every quarter.
Okay.
unless
I'm good
for
with
some
that.
reason we need to.
No,
address it.
Yeah, keep it a minimum of 10.
Okay.
So there's always the ability with a good applicant,
We can get them paid.
we can fully fund them
Okay.
as needed without having to come back and rectify it.
So do we want to throw a cap on the account balance in case?
I wouldn't go over probably 25.
Yeah.
We said it's right now
we
it's
had-
35?
Right now,
We
it's 30.
started at 30, right?
Well, we started with 30 when the county gave us money, then we
Yes.
had some applications, and money went out, and then I think Nick was the one that made the suggestion, we would just be willing to keep it at 30. I don't necessarily know that we need to.
Let's just keep it at 30.
I'm okay with that.
That way, if we ever get to 30, the $2,500 every
We don't
quarter
do it.
stops, we
Yeah,
can just
yeah.
keep
30.
piling money in it.
We're gonna have to add
Okay.
30, okay.
Yeah. We're not, it's not an appropriation, so we don't need to go to a vote on that stuff. Anything else?
No, not much other questions.
Okay.
Did Casey need anything else during your report, or you?
Pay application.
They'll approve
Oh,
my
they'll
vouchers.
approve those.
Yeah, they'll see that real big number
Okay.
at the end of this meeting.
All right. That's all I have.
Anything else? Nope. Let's move on then to the town marshal report.
All right, I'm gonna come up front so you don't have to show you hear me. You got me into the month report? Any questions on that one? Okay. Thanks to the RDC, we are gonna be able to purchase a squad car that's actually been taken, we actually have it now. So it'll be going to Indian for upfitting probably in January, to do some scheduling of getting equipment. So I want to thank the RDC for their generous donation of that. Going with that, we need in-car camera for that car. Plus, we're gonna need an in-car camera for our reserve car because it died and it cannot be fixed anymore because, well, we've had it since 2017. So I've got some, I only have 2 copies, sorry. You got busy back there, I was gonna make copies. This is actually for 4 cameras, but I'm not gonna go with that. The cost per year for 2 cameras for the new car and for one of the other vehicles would be $5,743.08, if the math is right, that I did.
That's for both.
Yes, ma'am. And it's just an extension onto our contract that we have with Axon. We're not starting a new contract, it's just adding 2 more cameras to the contract that we currently have with them. But the dollars and cents you're seeing there are for 4, the total number. Yes, that's for 4. $2,972.34, and it's divided into 4 payments. That dollars and cents I gave now. Because we have 2 cameras that are operated by Digital Ally that we still have a 2-year contract on, and that is completely paid for because we got a grant to pay for that.
And these are compatible, the old 2 and the new 2?
This one is comparison to the one that's in the 2025 car. It's exactly like that. It's 2 different operating systems, if that makes sense, but.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, so they're compatible, I mean, we can function with
We
2
can-
different operating
yes, we
systems?
can function
That's the
with 2
question I
different
should have asked.
Operation systems, yes, sir.
Okay. And that's not gonna get you, let's say that we have, that somebody challenges an arrest, and we've got a lawsuit, and the attorneys get involved. The fact that we have 2 different operating systems is not gonna be a way for,
No, because
it's
they're
not
both-
gonna,
they're both
it's
AI
not gonna
based.
hinder your
Right.
case. Okay.
I'd make a motion for the 2 new ones.
I would second that.
We have a motion and a second for the proposal. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, none.
The last-
Motion carries.
The last thing I had is the Sheriff's Department of Wells County is doing a food drive. I don't know if you guys saw that on their Facebook page. I don't have Facebook, so I don't know. But they've asked if we could have our town hall as a collection site, and people were to bring in for the law enforcement collection that we'll have here.
Okay. Roll
Yeah.
call with that?
Oh, yeah, we were just a collection site for Master's Pantry in the last few weeks, so we've got it covered. We're pros.
I like food, so that works.
So, and then we had the interview for the officer this last week and this week. He's excited about the changeover, so we've extended the offer to him. He's clearing things up with his current employment and looks like to start at the beginning of February.
That's what his
Yeah.
start date would be.
Yeah, so, we'll
That's
bring
great
him in
news.
and have a swearing in probably in January.
You got anything? Anything else?
All right, thanks, Brian.
Thanks, Sean. I'm sorry, Officer Markle. HQ report?
HQ, they are currently in the interview process for a new director for the department. They've gone to final interviews, so I'd imagine some sort of announcement in the next couple months, whether that be take more interviews or applicants or go along. So I will guess I'll follow that up with a comment on RDC. I did want to make a comment. As the president of the RDC, we did make the decision on squad car two decisions. It was one buying the actual vehicle and one fitting it for Officer Markle, where we've gotten to rotation of using the vehicle that he uses with the town of Markle afterwards, and with both our TIF district out in the industrial park as well as our housing, those vehicles are getting used quite a bit for the town itself. So we used those funds in that meeting and said, hey, look, let's purchase the vehicle, and then let's make another decision on outfitting it for Mr. Markle to also service that area. So at the end of its tenure, we hope to actually transition it back to the town of Markle, just like we have everything else. And that's the reason that decision was made. So that's all I got.
All right. Region 3A, we meet tomorrow, and I'm going to talk to Senator Tamez about trying to get some grants that would help some of our homeowners improve their homes at a lower cost. Critical things, not minor things. So, but I'll let you know how that goes next meeting. Limited public comments and questions. Hearing none. Old business, I don't believe we have any.
I did have one comment on old business.
Okay.
Have we gone down the path of looking at our current insurance company and who we're working with on that? I think we don't have a current agent anymore.
Yeah, I still work with Danica.
Danica.
Yeah.
Have we researched anyone that would be in the area? I've heard that Walker Hughes specifically is going to be closing some of the locations locally. So I didn't know if anybody carried our insurance package locally that we could transition to, have them look over, transition our books of business to, so that we could have someone locally or.
That's a good idea.
and check, find out who.
It may be difficult, I spoke with, just been trying to be proactive, I put a couple of feelers out to some folks that I knew, just asking them if they would be interested in the business, and one was Damien, that was very excited, went to his higher ups, and they're saying, no, absolutely not, we will not touch that, the liability for municipalities is too great. So we may have a difficult time finding
Okay.
someone that's gonna be excited about bidding out, because the liabilities the municipalities propose, or, you know.
I think there's a few just out there that are like still in the local area that cover specifically municipalities, so.
I mean, the municipalities are getting covered, so.
Yeah.
Just
Well, it
gotta
doesn't
find
hurt to put an RFP out.
Right.
And if you don't get it, then you don't.
Right. Yeah.
Any other old business? Clerk treasurer report?
Yeah, like Casey said, pay apps. So we had, some payments for different projects this month. First Street, Lee Street, new cop vehicle. So yeah, general fund, we had 82 vouchers for $665,086.41. Water, we had 18, $42,962.07. Wastewater, we had 10, $21,530.20 for a total of 110 vouchers, $729,578.68. We also had 3 adjustments. Oh, that's weird, the name didn't go on the first one.
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
Oh, it cut off. I know all these people have not had adjustments, and I can't, oh, it's Turn Point Community Church is who it was, they had a toilet leaking, so they do need an adjustment for that. Nobody's had an adjustment in the last 12 months, everybody's eligible. Other than that, I have nothing, and we didn't have any upcoming events to add to the agenda today, so that's all I got.
Can we do a carry-in next month?
Sure.
I was talking to my esteemed colleague at the other end of the table about possibly doing stews and soups.
Oh, that's fun, yeah.
Everybody'd be a carry-in, and you could bring in enough to share.
Okay,
And then we'll even make sure that our well-attended reporter gets fed as well.
good deal. What time you wanna do that?
But if there's nothing else, then I'll make a motion that we approve the
Hey,
report.
you missed your question. What time do you want to do that?
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay, what
How
time? are you
how about 6:18?
thinking? Okay, you want me to do 6:15?
Sure.
Okay,
6:15.
You're such a.
And guests are welcome to come.
okay. All right, we can do that. Okay, now we're ready to be done.
All right, so I'll go ahead and make the motion that we approve the report, the vouchers, and we pay the water adjustments.
I'll second that.
We have a motion, a second, any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, none.